Today is our last step in our journey to reconnection. If you missed the last episodes in this journey to reconnection, here's a recap. In step 1, I helped you reconnect with your intuition. In step 2, we reconnected with nature. And I threw a little one in between before step 3. I gave you a grounding meditation to help you reconnect your energy to the earth. And this last part of the journey we're going to take is going to help you reconnect with your mind and body. You're probably already really connected with your mind, maybe overly connected. If you're anything like me, sometimes I'm too connected to my mind, so much so that I can't shut it off. So today I'm going to teach you how to reconnect with your mind in a more peaceful way. Then I'm going to give you a tool to use to help you reconnect with your body. It's an amazing tool you can use every day, and one that will help reconnect your body to your intuition as well. All right, first, let's start with your mind. To reconnect with your mind, we're actually going to do the opposite and start to calm the constant chatter in your mind. To do this, many experts and guides say to turn to meditation. And as you've heard on this podcast, I'm a big fan of meditation. I've been meditating consistently every day for over 5 years now. But when I started, it was really, really hard to calm my thoughts enough to enter that meditative state. It's only been within, I would say, the last 3 years or so that I've been able to reconnect to my mind in a way that allows for that clear headspace. One thing you have to know is you're never really going to be able to stop your thoughts from happening, but you can learn how to quiet them, let them pass, and create moments of clear thinking without being bombarded by everything else in your head. The main ways I do this are with breath work, asking for clearing through calling in my sparrow friend or Archangel Raphael. I'll explain, don't worry. And when I really can't seem to reconnect with my quieter, clear mind, I tap. Okay, let me explain each of these to you. First, let's do some breath work. If you've been listening to this podcast, I'm sure you're familiar with breath work, but indulge me. Before we begin, I'll explain what we're going to do. You'll be taking 3 deep breaths in and exhaling out your mouth longer than you inhaled. So let's try that now. Close your eyes if it's safe to do so. Take a deep breath in and exhale out your mouth a little longer than your inhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale out your mouth a little longer than your inhale. Take one last deep breath in and exhale out your mouth a little longer than your inhale. Open your eyes and return to breathing normally. This is one really quick way that you can settle your mind of that constant chatter. Now that you've settled into your body with your breath work, I want you to imagine an animal. Just go with me on this, okay? The first one that comes to mind is good. This will be your animal you can connect with to help work with you to clear your mind. For me, it's a sparrow. And when my thoughts are spiraling out of control, I ask my sparrow friend to fly on through my mind, and I imagine the sparrow's wings wiping away all the clutter and creating a blank, blue, beautiful sky again. Basically, this is a way to visualize clearing your mind. I know this may seem odd, but connecting with something that you can imagine that is able to wipe your mind clear is really useful. If you're not an animal person, or that's a little too out there for you, you can simply imagine a whiteboard full of words and then erasing it clean, or a computer document with all your thoughts on it, then highlighting them all and pressing delete so that it becomes a blank document again. However it works best for you, reconnecting with your mind first begins with a blank slate. This may take practice, but once you start to get it, even if it's for a brief moment, you'll start to crave more of this white space. Creating white space is not a new concept either. In fact, Warren Buffett, the multi-billionaire, creates this space where he gives himself time to clear his schedule, to think and dream. But in order to think clearly and not be bombarded by thousands of other thoughts, like your to-do list, obligations, commitments, people you love, etc., you have to learn how to reconnect with this clear space in your mind. If you're finding it difficult, as I sometimes do, I call in reinforcements. That's where Archangel Raphael comes in. This archangel can help clear your mental space really quickly. And all you have to do is stop what you're doing, ask Archangel Raphael to please clear your head, please clear your mind, and then let him do his thing. He's a healing archangel and really does wonders on helping you clear your headspace. And when your head is clear and you are able to reconnect with your quieter mind, always say thank you to whatever helps you clear it. Whether it be your animal friend, your whiteboard, your computer doc, or Archangel Raphael, giving thanks is really important. Now, some days, no matter what I do, I can't seem to get out of my head and reconnect with my clearer mind. When this happens, I will turn to EFT. This stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, which you can also refer to as tapping. This technique is so good for so many things. Just do a YouTube search with the word tapping and whatever you want to work on, and a video will surely pop up. I'll tell you my 3 favorite practitioners here in a minute, but first, let me explain what tapping does. Tapping, or emotional freedom technique, is a technique that stimulates acupressure points on your body. You tap on these points while focusing on things you want to release or clear from your body, or in this case, your mind. Now, there's more to it than that, but it's a powerful tool that you can use for just about anything you're facing. For me, it stops my mind from going down the rabbit holes and helps clear the things that are making me go there. The 3 practitioners I'd recommend working with on YouTube are Brad Yates, Melanie Moore, and Jackie Crooks. I've put links to each of their websites in the show notes for you to check out. Each of them specialize in different areas, so I encourage you to check out their websites first to learn more before you begin tapping. I've also put the link to one of my favorite YouTube videos from Brad Yates to use to help clear your mind. So now that you have some tools to help you reconnect with your mind so you can start thinking more clearly, let's move on to reconnecting with your body and my go-to tool that will help you do so. This tool is super fun to use, but first, let's talk about your body. Your body has an intelligence all its own. Your heart beats without you telling it what to do. You innately know how to breathe in and out. We often don't recognize how much our body does for us. It does a lot, and yet we are so quick to harshly criticize it when it doesn't do something we want it to do, or it stops functioning properly. It's a form of neglect, and it's time that we start to communicate and reconnect with our body in a way that truly supports it. We can naturally tap into what our body is needing if we take the time to listen to it. I saw this time and time again when my mom was going through her cancer journey. She started craving certain foods, and when I'd do research on those foods, I'd find that there were so many benefits that supported her body and what it needed at that time. It was amazing. And this got me thinking, could we use our body as a way to tell us what we need to be eating that will support it more and give it more of what it needs and wants? But how do we begin to connect to our bodies in that way? That's when I came up with this tool to help me communicate in a different way with my body. This is a tool I use to help me pick and select foods that my body wants or needs, as well as what my body is lacking nutrition-wise. This way of communicating with my body has even helped me pick out supplements. Basically, you're going to start to use your body as a checkpoint. So before we begin, what I want you to do is silently in your head or aloud, if you're by yourself, ask your body to show you a yes. So when you ask your body this, take note of how your body moves. If it moves forward, or if it moves backwards, or it may move to the right or to the left, or it may move in a circle. If you don't pick up on it right away, just ask the question again. The point is, your body will show you how a yes moves. Then I want you to ask your body to show you a no. Again, pay attention to how your body moves. This will be how your body tells you no. So now you have your yes point and you have your no point. And this is where the fun begins. Now that you started listening to your body in this simple way, you can start to communicate with it in a very informative way. An example of this could be you're at the farmer's market or a grocery store and you see that cherries are in season. Instead of impulsively buying them, ask your body if this is something it wants or needs. And if it's a yes, then go for it. And if it's a no, then go on to the next. This not only works for buying groceries and supplements, but it also works for all types of things. Just last week, I had planned on going to a gallery opening here in Taos, but I was exhausted. I have a way sometimes of making myself feel bad about staying home when I'm in a new place because I don't want to miss out on anything. But I knew I was tired. But I also knew that sometimes if I push myself to get out and about, I do end up loving it. For whatever reason, though, this day, I was just not feeling up to it, and expending that extra energy seemed like too big of a task. So instead of arguing with myself and going back and forth in my head, which is my normal, I stopped and just asked my body, should I push through and go to the gallery opening tonight? And it moved back, which is my no. So I stayed home and spent the night relaxing and resting, which is what my body needed and wanted. And it told me so, and I'm glad I listened. So now you can use this tool even when making decisions about what your body needs or wants to do in everyday situations as well. I use this tool all the time for all sorts of things. And what I've realized is that it also helps me connect with my intuition in a deeper way. Let me explain. When we receive inner guidance, it can sometimes be a little out there, like we're making it up. An example of this could be that your intuition is telling you to go to a certain place at a certain time and buy a certain thing. This can seem odd and sometimes like you're just making these things up. But a way you can check this is by using your body's yes or no checkpoints. It's a way to check if you truly are making this up or if it's actually coming from your inner guidance. And let me tell you, oftentimes you're not making it up, but sometimes that doubt creeps in and you question it. It really is amazing what your body can tell you if you really take the time to listen to it. If you nourish your mind and body and take the time to reconnect with each in various ways, you'll be amazed at how different you'll start to feel each day. Try out each of these and see if they help you feel less stressed, anxious, or fearful. Reconnecting with your intuition, with nature, learning how to ground yourself, and have the space in your head to think clearly can really start to heal your body and relationships in ways that you wouldn't have thought possible. It's pretty amazing what reconnecting with all these parts can do for your soul and your spirit. If you started listening to the podcast today, I would encourage you to go back and start with step 1 and go through the journey to reconnection. And if you listen to all the steps, maybe go back and listen to each one again, one right after another. Sometimes we don't hear something until all the steps are laid out before us. Because when you reconnect all these parts together, there really is no stopping you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like these episodes, please follow and subscribe to The Anxious Adventurer wherever you listen to your podcasts. And remember, life is an adventure and we're meant to live it as such. So get out there and start living your life. All right, that's it for now. Until next time, my dear amazing adventurers. Ciao. Besos. Mwah.